In the deepest canyon on Earth, right along a volatile seismic fault line, China is spending $167 billion to construct an infrastructure project so massive it defies belief. We aren't talking about another Three Gorges dam. We are talking about triple that power. 60 gigawatts generated from a river dropping 2,000 meters in just 50 kilometers. But upstream from 300 million people, every drop of water is about to be placed under a single nation's control.
This isn't simply another dam. It could become the world's most powerful hydroelectric project ever attempted by humanity.
The site is the Medog region in Tibet, where the Yarlung Tsangpo River executes its famous Great Bend around the Mount Namcha Barwa. For decades, engineers called this canyon entirely untouchable. The sheer rock walls are nearly vertical, the surrounding Himalayas earthquake constantly, and the river surges at a terrifying 14,000 cubic meters per second during monsoon season. Building anything here seemed suicidal. Yet, in July 2025, state-owned energy giant Power China broke ground on what will become the world's absolute largest construction project. The goal isn't just to match China's previous record breaker, the 22.5 gigawatt Three Gorges Dam. It is to completely dwarf it. By harnessing a brutal 2,000-meter natural water drop across 5 megadams, China plans to generate enough clean electricity to power 300 million homes. But before a single drop of concrete could be poured into the riverbed, workers faced a brutal reality. They had to conquer an environment that aggressively resists human engineering.
Engineers aren't fighting the river first. They're fighting an unstable mountain determined to defeat every construction attempt.
Without a road, nothing reaches this site. The Medog Highway opened in 2022, acting as the construction project's only survival artery. 40 million tons of cement and millions of tons of steel must all arrive down this single narrow ribbon of asphalt. There is simply no other way in. To reach the actual riverbed, workers blast new access spurs directly out of the vertical canyon walls. Every individual construction platform requires its own dedicated cliffside road. Crews drill the rock face first, analyze the geological integrity, and load the charges. In just 4 months, workers carved out 12 kilometers of new cliffside roads. Rock bolts are hammered deep into every exposed face. Because the Himalayas earthquake constantly, nothing is left unsecured. Side canyons are bridged as the access network expands, requiring 6 new bridges just to reach the very first dam site.
We drill every face, inspect the rock, then load the charges. 12 kilometers of road in just 4 months.
For the deepest canyon positions unreachable by land, heavy lift helicopters drop precision gear and emergency equipment directly onto the cliff edges. Across the main gorge, engineers install heavy steel cable car systems. Workers glide across the terrifying abyss in just 8 minutes, bypassing a grueling 3-hour mountain drive. Before a single dam wall rises, site power is wired in along the highway route. High-voltage cables snaking along the cliffs energize the heavy machinery, ensuring the site has electricity long before the dam can generate a single megawatt.
Megaprojects don't begin with dams. They begin by building the roads, power, and access that make everything else possible.
With the access network operational, engineers face their next terrifying hurdle: moving the river itself. During the summer monsoon, the Yarlung Tsangpo surges at a staggering 14,000 cubic meters per second. To build in the dry riverbed, that torrent must be completely rerouted. Engineers begin by blasting a massive bypass channel directly through the 200-million-year-old Cambrian granite canyon wall. 30 meters of solid rock are cleared in just 6 weeks. Controlled explosive charges detonate, collapsing the wall in 4 seconds and opening the diversion channel. Excavators clear the debris while heavy dump trucks haul out millions of tons of rock. Upstream, the temporary cofferdam rises across the raging river. Workers build a massive rock-fill structure lined with a thick clay core to seal out water completely. Costing hundreds of millions of dollars, this structure exists for a single purpose: to keep the main dam site dry before being completely demolished. For the first time in geological history, the Yarlung Tsangpo abandons its ancient path. The river shifts into the blast channel, leaving the original bed bone dry. Heavy equipment rolls directly onto the exposed canyon floor to clean every fragment of loose debris from the bedrock. Workers drill deep foundation cores, logging every meter of rock before injecting high-pressure cement grout into Himalayan fractures. With 5 cascade sites operating simultaneously, the canyon transforms into the world's largest construction zone.
Concrete only lasts when the mountain beneath it is stronger than the structure engineers build above it.
Deep beneath the icy peak of Mount Namche Barwa, 7,700 meters of solid granite rest directly above the subterranean workforce. Here, engineers are boring 4 massive diversion tunnels, each 20 kilometers long, straight through the mountain's core. To achieve this feat, China deployed the largest tunnel boring machine ever assembled in Asia. Weighing 4,000 tons and measuring 14 meters in diameter, the machine arrived at the canyon in 300 individual pieces. Assembly alone required 4 grueling months of preparation. Armed with 240 tungsten carbide disc cutters on its rotating face, the machine slowly bites into the ancient rock face.
This machine never stopped. We change crews every 12 hours while the tunnel keeps advancing day and night.
That's incredible. How many segments go into a full ring?
Inside the subterranean shaft, conditions are intense. The air is stiflingly hot, extremely loud, and the immense weight of the mountain exerts high pressure from every angle. Work crews operate in 12-hour shifts, while massive hydraulic arms install 9 precast concrete segments behind the machine, locking a new structural support ring into place every 40 minutes. Altogether, 4 TBMs bore simultaneously from 4 directions, removing 50,000 cubic meters of granite per tunnel. The excavated rock is immediately recycled to pave access roads outside. When high-pressure waterways burst through geological fractures at kilometer 8, crews inject specialized cement grout under 50 bar pressure to seal the leaks. After 4 years of relentless underground boring, steel penstocks and seismic sensors are locked into place, preparing the 4 completed tunnels to channel water straight to the turbines.
These tunnels are the dam's hidden arteries, delivering enormous volumes of water that ultimately determine how much electricity can be generated.
With the mountain hollowed out, construction shifts to the 5 cascade dams rising along the canyon. The first dam catches the full force of the Great Bend, where the river drops most steeply. Dedicated concrete plants mixed at the canyon rim deliver continuous pours to the base using roller-compacted concrete layered in 300mm bands. Dump trucks spread the mix while vibratory rollers compact each layer before it sets, with cooling pipes running continuously through the concrete to counteract extreme mountain temperatures. 5 kilometers downstream, the second cascade rises simultaneously. Every wall features emergency spillway gates weighing 900 tons each, designed to handle the violent monsoon floods. Working around the clock in 3 rotating shifts, 800 workers per site top out the 5 massive dam walls, permanently trapping the river's 2,000-meter natural drop. Inside the powerhouse caverns built at the foot of each cascade, crews install 60 massive Francis turbines, the largest ever built. Machined in Harbin, each 280-ton runner underwent a 3-month rail and road journey to reach the canyon. Overhead cranes lower the precision runners into 12-meter diameter pits with tolerances within hundredths of a millimeter.
We align every runner within hundredths of a millimeter because tiny errors reduce efficiency throughout the plant's entire lifetime.
Each station houses 12 individual 1,000-megawatt generators, creating single powerhouses that produce 12,000 megawatts under one roof. When water strikes the spiral casings at 60 meters per second, the runners spin, stepping up voltage to 800 kilovolts for transmission to eastern China. To move 60 gigawatts across 4,000 kilometers, workers erect massive ultra-high voltage transmission lines spanning from the canyon rim straight to eastern China's industrial core. Specialized converter stations transform the direct current into alternating grid power, lighting 300 million homes. By replacing coal with pure gravity and water, this megaproject represents an unprecedented engineering achievement. Yet, downstream, the real controversy begins. Just 25 kilometers past the fifth dam site, the river crosses into India, becoming the Brahmaputra before flowing into Bangladesh. 300 million people depend on this exact water supply for agriculture and survival. Because no formal water-sharing treaties govern this river, Indian officials monitor every upstream flow change with extreme concern. A single closed intake gate upstream instantly impacts water security downstream. Chinese officials maintain that the project only borrows the river's drop without consuming its volume, returning every drop after power generation. However, controlling the origin of Asia's most vital waterway gives Beijing total tactical oversight over the regional water supply. By 2033, when all 60 turbines run simultaneously, human history will witness the most powerful energy complex ever built. What do you think about China's $167 billion megadam? Is this project a masterpiece of green engineering or a geopolitical threat to downstream nations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know where you stand on this massive shift in global power.
Engineering solved the technical challenge. Whether it also reshapes regional stability is a question the future will answer.